And yes, we are back. Shout outs to us for making it back. You, me, all of us. And today we're looking at the follow up. So I was supposed to watch this. I clicked on it, recommended to me, but this is a follow up. So I watched the original. You can go watch that. I'll link it below. This is the follow up. So this is the follow up to the video of the crazy deranged unhinged individual who emailed an artist they were impersonating with a knife. Literally emailed threats, knife card, dude. What the hell? Anyways, let's go.
Guys, we're up here. So today I have some updates regarding this video from a few days ago. It's a situation where an artist was not only being impersonated but also harassed by another user on Twitter. Now, like I said, we have some updates and they are very strange and you don't want to miss them. But before we get into all of it, just a reminder, it's the end of the month. So the final 3 days of May, you can use my code RED30 to get 30% off your total advanced GG order. And I would recommend using this to try out some of the flavor jars like the original Ramune, which I love very, very much. And if you're new to this, it's a great time to check out their energy supplements with a 30% off code. Or if you're already an advanced GG customer, you can...
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like after I played like 10 years of League, straight up, just like League, wake up, sleep, League, the energy drinks don't work on me. It just doesn't, it doesn't work on me.
Use this to stock up with a nice discount. So all the information for this will be in the pinned comment. And again, make sure you use code RED30 at checkout to get 30% off. Now, returning to the last episode of Dragon Ball here involving this, to give you a quick recap. So we had a situation where a real artist right here was being impersonated by this user.
I didn't even see it the first time. Even the profile picture is AI generated. It looks similar, but it's not. The mark, oh my god, I hate this. This is so crazy, man. This is not supposed to be here. The eye is different. Are you serious? There's like this weird shadow on the neck. There's no neckline. This is so lame. This is different. This is so lame, man. This is so sad.
Worse yet, they were also stealing the artwork from the original artist and then feeding this into generative AI programs to make a product that they were claiming was their own original art when it was, of course, stolen from the actual artist. Now, this is the art in question that caused all this controversy. The impersonator made this, of course, stealing more art from the original artist.
And by the way, I want to just... this is my opinion. Again, I don't have anything against AI art. Whatever. But don't go into communities, especially on Twitter. People like the authenticity and the organic art that artists bring to their community. It's just wholesome. Okay, it's very wholesome. I feel like it's just crazy to kind of just insert your own needs because you don't get enough attention. You just insert, hey, I can get likes and attention and interaction by doing this thing. It's like, but no one wants you to do the thing. Come on, like, it's their community. Let them do whatever they want.
It is a piece here featuring Hololive's Crony, and originally she would retweet this image and then eventually realized that was AI generated and said, oh, ew, and then unretweeted it and left this very fair response under the tweet saying this: please tag your art as AI for future reference, because the original post used the official English and Japanese art tags for Crony, and it shared AI art, which is a big no-no. If you know anything about Hololive, you do not put AI generative material into the official art tags. That's just something they do not want you to do. However, this was the response of this impersonator, basically saying that Cover Corp should look into her and punish her for this very apparently unfair response. And this would lead to literally dozens of tweets from the impersonator crying about Cover Corp, crying about Crony, and crying about Hololive in general. And again, all this stemmed from a simple and fair request from Crony. And also during this time, the actual artist would reveal that this has been a very ongoing situation that has taken place over months, including the fact...
Oh my god! I just even just seeing it, I cannot believe this is crazy. This is so.
Fact that this impersonator has been sending them death threats over Gmail. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
Can we talk, like, can someone do something about that? This is 2.4 million views, January 10th. That's 5 months ago. Please, someone get this person off the platform, please.
Insane. But that's where we were up until this video. You are now recapped.
You don't want to wait until something bad actually happens and you're like, damn, why didn't we do something? The proof is right there.
Let's
Crazy.
see what has happened since then, and it's very, very strange. Now, beginning with the actual artist, good news. We have basically noticed since the last video, they have gained almost 10,000 followers, which is great to see. I love to see people in situations like this get a lot of support, and I'm glad that a lot of you guys I know were able to find this account and give them support and support their art, which is great. And they also got a follow back from Crony herself, which is...
That's pretty cool. I like that. That's cool. That's nice. It doesn't make up for getting threats in your email account, but I imagine that means a lot to the artist.
Big win. Not only is she supporting the call out of this impersonator, but they're also supporting the actual artist who is being targeted, which is very nice to see. And look how humble they are. They are trying to say that this might have been a misclick follow. No, she actually followed you. She supports you just like everyone else is. So enjoy it. So now let's return to the account of the impersonator and see how they're
technical
doing
artist.
Handling all of the call-outs.
Oh, you can't see it. The bio says, I am a technical artist. Hold on. Let me show you really fast. I am a technical artist. Yeah, technical. Crazy.
They've been receiving, well, they haven't been doing very well. In fact, they've been having a lot of meltdowns on Twitter ever since. And to answer a question you might have, yes, they saw my video. So this was their response with a screenshot of me censored very poorly. Like, they can't even make original art, and they can't even censor things properly. Like, it's crazy. But they say this in quotes, saying, I wonder what they're trying to achieve by mentioning names and saying things like, the illustrator is jealous of the illustrator's popularity. It's laughable. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to quote me on here, but one thing I do know is that this tweet is not doing great. In fact, this is kind of spectacular in its own way. This tweet has 37,000 views and not a single like. That is actually impressive. 37,000 people have seen this tweet and scrolled past it without liking it. Not a single one. That is crazy, by the way. But we would even see people in the quotes doing the classic, I hate Rev, but. You know you really messed up when people say the, I hate Rev, but he has a point here. So this user said, normally I hate Rev, with a fiery passion. But a severely broken clock is at least right once every few years. You effing suck. Well, I'm glad you have a fiery passion for me. But anyways, I'm glad also that I could be right for the first time in a few years. I'm glad this was my big moment, and I really appreciate the compliment here. But moving on, here are some of their further responses from the impersonator here.
It's pretty funny when people are like, I hate this person I don't know personally, but like, why does it matter if you hate someone? If right is right, wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter if I hate you or not. If you're right, you're right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I don't like you, that doesn't change.
Saying some very wild stuff. Let me read these back-to-back tweets. So it says this. If I had been a strategist during the Pacific War, I could have defeated America.
Okay. Defeated. That's jokes.
The next one says, the reason for your defeat is that you didn't know that Japanese people can lie with all of their might. This is what Japanese people are like. I mean, this isn't even just racism. This is like deep, advanced, ancestral levels of racism against not only Americans, but also the Japanese. Because I believe this user is Chinese. So yeah, they're really not handling this all well. Talking like some chuny war general here wanting to go
Right.
back in time and defeat the Americans in the Pacific War. But anyways, let's keep looking here. So they've doubled and tripled and quadrupled down on this whole situation. In fact, this is their pinned tweet right now with a image of Crony. And of course, it gets community noted like everything else they're doing. But apparently this article, and I would not click on any of their links they're sending, by the way, do not click on any of the links they're sharing. But apparently this is some sort of a quote unquote apology that is definitely not an apology. We had some people translate what they were saying in this message. This user saying, to the people abroad, his note is not an apology, but an insult to the artists involved in Hololive, the members of Hololive, and even the president of Hololive. And basically, they would go into a long thread sharing everything that they're saying. You can check it out for yourself if you want to, but basically, they're just like spurging out. Like, they're going crazy, making wild accusations against Hololive and trying to demonize them and attack them. It's very, very strange. It's actually like hard to understand what they're saying because clearly they're not exactly in the best headspace as they're typing this out. But anyways, they would continue the shame.
You didn't. Oh, dude, leave her out of this. Don't do that. Don't do it, bro. Please, just don't. Stop.
Please. By making AI generated versions of Gargura, and of course, learning absolutely nothing, would use the official Gargura art tag, which led to them getting clowned on even more. And if that wasn't enough, then
no, stop. Why is it, man, leave Fauna out of this. Just leave Fauna out of this.
And they made,
you can take, just leave Fauna out of this.
Made some AI art, more stolen assets, by the way, to
just leave her out.
AI
just
program of Fauna.
Leave her out.
And I don't know if the saplings are going to take this sitting down. I mean, you're messing with a lot of very protective fan bases here, but you can see the replies. I mean, people are exposing the absolute obvious nature of this AI artwork they're making here, where there's mistakes all over the place. But honestly, you don't really have to look that hard. Always just look at the hands. That's all you got to do if you want to determine if something is AI generated or not. Just take a quick peek.
For now. Okay, I mean, people say that, but in like 6 months from now, you will not be able to say that. So I think the bigger picture is it's just disingenuous and it's not authentic. I think that's like the problem. The real problem is just disingenuous. It's not authentic. If you want to be part of this communities, dude, I'm sure you could open up MS Paint and just put together some circles, and if you put some effort into it and posted it, someone would like it way more than AI art. You would, ironically, you'd probably have a better chance at getting more interaction with a worse piece of art, genuine, authentic art, than something AI generated. Like, like you don't have to try to garner meaning from something like this. It's not worth it.
At the hands, and typically you get a monstrosity like this, and it's very obvious that this was, of course, some AI generated artwork, and of course still stealing art from the original artist to feed into these AI programs. And a lot of people were also clowning on them for the fact that they're spending all of this time crying on Twitter and making AI when they could just pick up a pencil and start to learn art.
I just said that. I literally just literally, bro.
Art. Like, this PewDiePie meme is very correct. Like, we know that people can do this if they actually apply themselves. PewDiePie showed that. I mean, not everyone can achieve the fast learning that he did, but he taught himself how to draw by simply practicing. And really, the majority of his journey involved practicing art for about 10 to 15 minutes a day, and he saw amazing results. So to all these people who are so hell-bent on making AI and that they have no way of actually making art, like, it can be done. You just don't want to do it. Instead, you spend all of your time complaining about artists and leeching off of them when you could just learn for yourself and avoid all of these problems and all the drama that comes with making AI for groups like Hololive and things like that, who clearly aren't very receptive of it, or at the very least don't want you using their official art tags to promote AI like this user has been. So moving forward, here was another statement they made saying, to all the anti-AI folks overseas, please go ahead and share your thoughts on how you fell for the trap I set. Hook, line, and sinker.
Is this guy trying to like role play as some AI Captain Hook art pioneer? Like, I don't understand. I mean, I get it. I just don't understand why.
So basically they're saying, like, I was only pretending to be stupid this whole time. The classic defense to being called out. No, this is not a trap that they set. They just got exposed on many levels, and they're trying their best to cope with this whole situation, and it's not going well. And also to point this out, because it's definitely very relevant when it comes to Twitter, this person is not a Twitter Blue subscriber, meaning they don't have ad revenue sharing, so they are quite literally doing this for attention. And the attention they're getting is not even good because nobody's actually following. Like, no one wants the AI images. People are just clowning on it, and they're getting hit with a million notes. And also, I know a lot of people are reporting their account for many different reasons at this point, beyond just impersonation. Also, some of the threatening tweets that they've been making. But yeah, not a very good response. Now, we've seen the updates with the impersonator, and we saw some of the updates with the real artist, but let's return to the latest statement from the real artist, saying this: I am the real deal. I apologize for the long-standing inconvenience caused by the impersonation incident. Many friends and others have reached out to me, and I am slowly regaining strength. So please, rest assured, thank you for your kind words.
It bums me out that the original artist seems pretty humble. Probably, I don't know him honestly. I don't know this person personally. I don't know what they've been through, but it's like it just kind of reading it just kind of feels bad. Like they have to apologize because someone else is a jackass. It's kind of lame to have to even. It's kind of lame. They got threatened. That's really fucked up. That's the bottom line.
And they've been very nice during this whole situation. Obviously, it's been going on for months and months, and they're dealing with a very unhinged person, but they've been nothing but polite and respectful and honest and really apologetic when they don't need to be. Like, you don't have to apologize for tweeting about this situation or bringing attention to it. It's your right as an artist. This shouldn't be happening to you. You're the victim in this situation. Now, I want to take a little shift here from the other conversations we had to focus on some news involving Hololive, since their talents have been subject to this AI stuff that we've been covering earlier in this video. So people have pointed...
Cover has stated that there will be no more new Hololive gens until the current ones retire. They're aiming to maximize the reach of the current ones in terms of profit. First to get out of the debut cycle. I feel like that's a good thing. I mean, if everyone's satisfied and the business is booming and the collaborations is good and the content's good and there's no one getting screwed over, you don't want to spread yourself too thin. I think that's good, right?
Pointed out some new quotes here from Cover Corp saying, yo, actually huge, too long didn't read. Cover has stated, I guess, that there will be no more new Hololive generations until the current ones retire. They're aiming to maximize the reach of the current ones in terms of profit, first to get out of the debut cycle. And this is actually a real quote. People had to search around for it. It was actually from the financial results that were posted. This was recently translated for English viewers to check out, and that section is real. So when they're in a Q&A about the long-time targets and the image of their VTuber portfolio, they would say this down here. With respect to VTuber portfolios, we realize that we are graduating from a phase of making an increase in revenue and profit by increasing the number of VTubers. Instead of that, we are considering expanding the scale of revenue from the wholesale business by expanding the degree of recognition per VTuber IP and increasing profitability. Now, of course, it's more like business speak there, but they are aligning with that too long didn't read version we just read, basically saying that they want to focus largely on the talents they already have and not to just yeet out more and more generations in the hopes of getting more ad revenue and producing more revenue for the company. They just want to focus on what they got, ride them out until their careers are done, and then look at getting new generations of talent.
I think that's fair because not everyone probably wants to do the whole VTuber thing forever. And while it is good media for us to consume and it's fun, love the songs and music and stuff, and it brings communities together, I imagine it can be hard on you to do that day in, day out, day in, day out, day in and day out. But if you're talented and you want to ride it out for 5+ years and then you're like, okay, I'm good, I think that's fair, instead of feeling stressed like, oh no, I could be replaced. And yeah, I think that's a good call, as long as, like I said, everyone's satisfied and no one's getting screwed over
and what have you. And I think that's a very smart move. I mean, right now, think about some of the original branches of Hololive. Let's even focus on the first English generation of Hololive. That generation is still incredibly relevant. I mean, Gargura can turn on a stream right now and get 20 to 30,000 concurrent viewers anytime she wants. Why would you want to replace that or direct focus to a new generations that won't produce those kind of results? They should definitely take their time and space out generations and only do it when they really want to. Otherwise, you end up with so many different branches and generations coming out. It's overwhelming to the average fan, and
it would create oversaturation. And yeah, and you can probably already see that and experience that in small doses. If you only consume this type of like content, you probably see a lot of stuff that I was like, oh, that kind of is familiar to so and so. So I think it's smart, and I'm all with it.
Diverts their attention, their interest, and their money to many different areas. But I think this is a great decision, and I definitely wanted to cover this real quick. I thought it was pretty interesting, and I know a lot of you guys will find it interesting too. But that is going to do it for this video. As always, I appreciate you guys giving a listen today, and feel free to leave your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Well, I'm glad that person is, hopefully they're gonna ease up off the brakes and relax, and who knows, hopefully it works itself out. Anyways, overall great video. Thanks, Rev. Pretty cool. And yeah, that's the video. Whew. Yikes. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you tell someone you appreciate them, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.